Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Neeti Goyal, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Indira Gandhi National College, Latwa, District Kurukshetra. Today we are going to discuss International Human Resource Management Conceptual Framework. After completing this module, the students will be able to know the meaning of human resources, the meaning and importance of human resource management, the meaning and importance of international human resource management, the differences between domestic and international human resource management, the major issues involved with international human resource management, the complexities of international human resource management, and the myths about international human resource management. With the growth of international business, the organizations are spread across different countries and hence need workforce to manage their diverse range of operations. These workforce differ with respect to their background, culture and other factors and hence need to be managed by integrating these changes. Internationalization of business has greatly influenced the HR function of the firms than any other function. With the changes in organizational structures, nature and scope of business operations, development of technology and communications and wider markets, HR practices have also undergone substantial changes. International human resource management is a dynamic subject having links with many different disciplines including economics, international business, strategy, communications, political science and public policy. The need for IHRM was felt with the growth of international business operations and the development of multinational enterprises. As the number of multinational companies increases, global transferring is increasing, such as sending works between team members of the company based everywhere over the world. In addition, through this trend, diversity is increasing within the organization and multiculturalism must be carefully considered by the organization to utilize its human resources effectively in their organization. The capabilities and the knowledge incorporated in an organization's human resources are the key to success. And for some organizations, the cost of human resources is a major item of operating cost. Human resource management is crucial to the survival, performance and success of the enterprise. In a world of competition, to utilize human resources effectively has become a necessity. To identify, recruit and utilize competent human resources into their business operations for improving productivity and functional efficiency is the most important task of every organization. A major component of globalization of business is the field of human resource management. Human resource management, when augmented with word international, it becomes international human resource management. Before discussing the meaning of international human resource management, one should know the meaning of human resources and human resource management. Human resources are the workforce of a business organization, sector or economy. They are also known as human capital, manpower, talent, labor, personnel or simply people. Human resource management is a set of organizational activities aimed at utilizing human resources for achieving organizational goals. How does the two become different when augmented with the word international? International human resource management includes all human resource management functions, that is recruitment, selection, training and development, performance appraisal and dismissal to be done at international level. Additional activities such as global skills management, expatriate management, multiculturalism management, etc. are also included in it. Needless to say, as corporations globalize, human resource management activities like human resource planning, staffing, developing and retaining employees go far beyond a national scope. Thus, international human resource management is the process of managing people in international settings. Skylion 1995 defined international human resource management as the human resource management issues and problems arising from the internationalization of business and the human resource management strategies, policies and practices which firms pursue in response to the internationalization process. According to Taylor, Batchelor et al. 1996, international human resource management is the set of distinct activities, functions and processes that are directed at attracting, developing and maintaining an MNC's human resources. It is the aggregate of various human resource management systems used to manage people in the multinational corporation, both at home and overseas. International human resource management is the management of HR in business operations in at least 2 nations. Broadly defined, the field of international human resource management is the study and application of all human resource management activities as they impact the process of managing human resources in enterprises in global environment. Activities involved in international human resource management: human resource planning, staffing, performance management by supervising the work, training and development which ensures high performance, compensation and benefits. It manages employee payroll, benefits and compensation and ensure equal opportunities. Manage employee relations, unions and collective bargaining. Prepare employee records and personnel policies. Ensure that human resource practices conform to various regulations and motivate employees. The main purpose of human resource management is to accomplish the organizational goals. Therefore, the resources are mobilized to achieve such goals. In simple words, when human resource management activities are performed at international level, it is called international human resource management. Alternatively, we can say that international human resource management refers to managing the globally geographically dispersed workforce to achieve global competitive advantage. International human resource management is the process of procuring, allocating and effectively utilizing the human resources in a multinational corporation. The task of human resource managers of a multinational corporation is a daunting one. A human resource manager of an international firm has to integrate the human resource policies throughout the corporation and also across its subsidiaries at the same time. These policies have to be kept flexible to allow significant differences in these policies in different countries. According to P.V. Morgan, international human resource management is the interplay among the 3 dimensions: human resource activities, types of countries, types of employees. As we can see in the diagram, the dimension model of international human resource management given by P.V. Morgan, we can see that human resource management, international human resource management is the interplay among 3 dimensions: human resource activities like procuring, allocating and utilizing the personnel, the countries, host country, home country and the third country, and the types of employees, which are the host country nationals, parent company nationals and third country nationals. Human resource activities. HR activities performed under international human resource management are almost same as that performed under domestic human resource management, that is selection, training, development, compensation. The key variable that differentiates domestic human resource management activities from international human resource management activities such as expatriate management, global skills management, etc. is complexity involved in operating in different countries and employing different categories of employees from different nations. Types of countries. The three nations or country categories involved in international human resource management activities are host country, parent country, and other third countries. Host country is the country where the subsidiary company of MNC is located. Parent country is the country where the headquarters of MNC is located. Third countries are the other countries that may be the source of labor, finance, and other inputs. Types of employee. Domestic human resource management involves employees with only one national boundary. International human resource management deals more and more with a multicultural workforce. The types of employees of an international organization can be broadly categorized into parent country national, host country national, and third country national. It is the nationality of the employee which determines the person's category as parent company national, host country national, or a third country national. Parent company national, also known as home country national. These employees belong to the country where the company has its headquarters. Advantages of employing a PCN to the firm. A PCN is better familiar with the goals, objectives, policies, systems, procedures and practices of the headquarters. He can more effectively communicate and maintain liaison with home office personnel. He can easily exercise control over the subsidiaries' operations. Disadvantages of employing a parent company national. It is difficult for a parent company national to adapt to the foreign language, culture, socio-economic, political and legal environment. It is too costly for the firm to send him and his family to the subsidiaries. Compensation differences between a parent company national and a host country national may create problems. The host country's nationals lose jobs when the parent company nationals are transferred to the subsidiaries. Parent company nationals may not be able to adjust to the new country and hence may even fail to perform their duties effectively. Host country national. Host country nationals belong to the country where the subsidiary is located. Advantages of host country nationals. A host country national is familiar with the cultural, social and political factors and business practices in the host country and can respond effectively to the demands for localization of the subsidiaries' operations if required. A host country national costs less to a company compared to a parent company national or a third country national. And MNC arranges for training and development of employees and provides them opportunities for growth, which leads to increase in their commitment and motivation. No need to obtain work permit to employ them. Advantages. Difficulties in exercising effective control over the subsidiaries' operations. It is difficult for a host country national to communicate with the headquarters compared to a parent company national. Host country national gets less opportunity for gaining international and cross-cultural experience. Third country nationals or TCNs. Third country employees are the employees who are neither from home country nor from the host country. For example, if a multinational Japanese company employs a French person in its Indian subsidiary, then French would be a third country employee since he neither belongs to India nor Japan. Advantages. Third country nationals are compromised between parent company nationals and host country nationals. Third country nationals are usually career international business managers. Third country nationals are less expensive to employ than a parent company national. Third country national may be better exposed about the host environment than a parent company national. Disadvantages: host countries may be sensitive with respect to nationals of specific countries. Local nationals are prevented in their efforts to upgrade their own ranks and assume responsible positions in the multinational subsidiaries. Expatriates. The dictionary meaning of an expatriate is the person who left the homeland. The term expatriate, from the point of view of international human resource management, is the one who is working and residing in a foreign country during his or her tenure of foreign employment. Expatriate includes TCN working in home country, that is at company headquarters, TCN working in host country, that is at company's subsidiary, PCN working in host country, that is at company's subsidiary, and host country national in home country, that is at company headquarters. Types of expatriates. There are 4 types of expatriates: a third country national working in a home country, subsidiary country national working in home country, a parent company national working in host country, and a third country national working in host country. In an international firm, staff is moved across national boundaries into various roles within the international firm's foreign operations. These employees have traditionally been called expatriates. An expatriate is an employee who is working and temporarily residing in a foreign country. Many firms prefer to call such employees international assignees. In figure, we can see how international assignment create expatriates. When a parent country national is moved from a parent country to a subsidiary country, he becomes an expatriate. Similarly, when from a subsidiary country's operations, an employee is moved from a parent country, he becomes a host country national. When an employee is moved from one country to another, he becomes a third country national. In this way, we can see that an international assignment creates expatriates. There is another term, impatriate. The term is used to denote the subsidiary country's nationals into the parent country. Such an employee is also an expatriate as he has left his country to work in another country. So, an impatriate overlaps the word expatriates, as an expatriate is the person who left the homeland to work in another country. The term often leads to confusion and does not carry much importance. Broadly, there are 2 categories of employees: the locals and expatriates. Local work in the same country, while expatriates are those who have left their land. They may be host country nationals, parent country nationals, and third country nationals. It has also been explained with the help of the diagram that there are basically 2 kinds of employees: locals and expatriates. Expatriates include third country nationals, host country nationals, and the parent country nationals. Which category of people are employed depends on the following factors: availability of skilled human resources, the cost factor, employees' performance and their motivation level, level of global exposure of the organization, development of cross-cultural management, establishing brand loyalty or international fame. Difference between domestic and international human resource management. International human resource management is managing the human resources internationally by the multinational firms. International human resource management is a broader concept which encompasses more functions which are more heterogeneous compared to domestic human resource management. The basic differences between domestic and international human resource management can be outlined as follows. Domestic human resource management is related to HR activities at national level, and international human resource management is related to HR activities at international level. Domestic human resource management is concerned with managing mainly the home country employees, whereas international human resource management is concerned with managing employees who may be either local or the expatriates. International human resource management also covers additional activities such as global skills management, expatriate management, etc., whereas these need not be performed at domestic level human resource management. International human resource management requires more involvement in the personal lives of employees than domestic human resource management. International human resource management is very complicated as compared to domestic human resource management due to heavy influence of external factors, differences in the cultural backgrounds, language, etc. International human resource management involves higher risk than domestic human resource management. International human resource management involves more external factors to deal with compared to domestic human resource management. The variables which either diminishes or accentuate differences between domestic and international human resource management are cultural differences, industry with which the multinational is primarily involved, reliance of the multinational on its home country domestic market, the attitude of senior management. Importance and purpose of international human resource management. First, locally responsive. Emphasis on core competency, reorganization, competition for human resources, technological changes, need for workforce empowerment, commitment, complexity in international human resource management. Selection, training and management of employees become a complex process as the recruits are from many nations. International human resource management requires more involvement with the personal lives of employees as the firm may need to move employees to the foreign assignments. Also, they need to collect personal information for furnishing to visa authorities. HR tasks of a multinational firm become complex and diverse as there are large number of employees from different cultures and backgrounds. Firms need to integrate the overall human resource policies and also has to adapt to a flexible approach to cope up with the cultural differences. Deep knowledge of foreign culture and laws is required, ignorance of which can cost a lot to the company. For example, to employ people in subsidiaries, knowledge of employment laws of host countries is required. To cope up with the language problem, arrangements for translation of language, both at headquarters and at the subsidiary level, may also be required. Organizing schooling and housing for expatriates and providing administrative services. Management of differential compensation due to variety of allowances and adjustments. Managing the relocation employees from one country to other and their orientation. Having updated knowledge of international taxation, rate of inflation and cost of living, including currency fluctuations, monetary and fiscal policy, government policies and overall economy. Additional work like obtaining visas, work permits, tax certificates of employees. Complexity involved in achieving coordination and performance assessment of expatriates and solving their problems. Need for greater risk management. Challenge of protecting intellectual property rights of firms. More public relations work for image building and maintain liaison with other departments. Myths about international human resource management. What is a myth? Myth is a false idea or belief. There are some myths about international human resource management, which are: management has a universal approach. It can be applied same way everywhere. Multicultural behavior can be acquired without outside help. A good local manager is also a good international manager. All successful international managers share some common characteristics. Human resources are mobile and there is no hindrance in their mobility, and employees always dream to become an expatriate. Previous foreign exposure is the most important factor for future foreign posting. Domestic human resource management. International human resource management is almost one and the same thing. Limitations in international human resource management. There is no universal human resource practices which can be applied as a rule of thumb for management of human resources in the business. Human resource procedures in one culture are not same for the other culture. Human resource management and industrial relations practices differ across countries. Influence of local culture can never be taken lightly or ignored. Conclusion. International human resource management plays an important role for survival of company in global business. International human resource management is the process of managing people in international settings. International human resource management includes typical human resource management functions such as recruitment, selection, training and development, performance appraisal and dismissal, but the scope and complexity of these tasks depend on the level of internationalization. Dissimilar culture, policies, procedures, language and legislation add to the complexities of operating internationally. An organization needs to develop policies and procedures for managing its human resources by clearly defining the cultures of the home and subsidiary countries as well as cultures of the company, and most important of all is to find out best matches for both subsidiary and company. Host country can't adopt the parent's country culture and vice versa. A flexible approach has to be adopted to integrate the human resource policies to ensure uniformity within the firm and to allow for the differences as well. Thank you.